Many people believe the world is a safer place without Saddam Hussein, but 10 years after the U.S.-led invasion brought his regime crashing down, Iraq is still bitterly divided. While the violence has dropped since its peak in 2006 with sectarian killings rocked the country, a recent spike in violence highlights the ethnic and political tensions that still polarize this country. That's what CCTV's Kate Parkinson found in Kirkuk.
It's been called Iraq's fault line. Kirkuk, the city that could shatter the country's fragile stability. And at the heart of the dispute, oil. Both Iraq's central government and the Kurdish regional authorities lay claim to Kirkuk's lucrative oil fields. Both sides have reinforced their military presence in the disputed territories. On the Kurdish side, the order is clear: keep the Iraqi army out. No shots have been fired, but mistrust runs deep, and the potential for conflict is very real.
We're not attacking anyone. We are the defense line. We will take orders from our commanders, but we will be ready for any scenario.
Kirkuk has long been a flashpoint for Iraq. After the first Gulf War, Saddam Hussein expelled hundreds of thousands of Kurds from the city. After his regime fell in 2003, many returned. And for 10 years now, the city has felt the strain of sectarian struggle. Kirkuk is no stranger to sectarian violence, but this bombing at a police station last month, which killed more than 30 people, is part of a recent spike in violence, and it's raising fears that al-Qaeda-linked groups are making a comeback.
There is some groups in Kirkuk, they call Naqshbandi groups, and they are Islamists, and they have links with al-Qaeda. So, what we have seen, the latest explosions in Kirkuk is the same explosions that, or same way that al-Qaeda is behind, especially suicidal explosions, which mostly al-Qaeda driven.
It's been over a year since US troops left Iraq and handed security over to local forces. They try to maintain peace and stability, but the country's deep divisions make a hard job even harder.
There
needs to be a separation between politics and security. The tension between Baghdad and the Kurdish regional government has a great impact on the security situation in Kirkuk. Secondly, we need to put quality over quantity. We have a large number of security forces, but they are poorly equipped and inadequately trained. And thirdly, we need cooperation between all the security forces. At the moment, some of the forces belong to Baghdad and others belong to the KRG, and they don't get along with each other. They see each other as the enemy. This needs to be resolved.
10 years after the war, Iraq has failed to unite. And while its Shiite, Sunni and Kurdish factions argue over how to share power, it is the people of Iraq who suffer. Kate Parkinson, CCTV, Kirkuk.